I'm Zach with Warner Audio Visual, and today we're going to be talking about high dynamic range and the secret format war that you may not know is happening. High dynamic range is a relatively new term that's popped up in the past 5 years and is often referred to as HDR. HDR is a general term that enhances the color and contrast on your television and is only available with 4K televisions. So bright parts of an image get brighter, which gives the image more depth and color and makes it more realistic. Colors also get expanded on to show brighter blues, greens, reds, and everything in between. HDR also expands the TV's contrast ratio and color palette to offer more realistic and natural images. What you may not know, though, is there are 4 different types of HDR and who is exactly involved in each of them. Let's start with the standard HDR10. HDR10 is the minimum specification for HDR and is available on all HDR-enabled televisions. The maximum brightness in HDR10 is 1000 nits, and it has a color depth of 10 bits, which gets you 1024 different shades of each primary color for a possibility of billions of colors. Then there's the new HDR10 Plus, which increases the maximum brightness to 4000 nits. Like HDR10, HDR10 Plus has 10-bit color depth. So besides the brightness, the main difference between the two is the dynamic metadata, which allows the TV to change each individual frame from a video to make the colors really pop. So every frame is treated to its own set of color brightness and contrast parameters, making for a more realistic image. This feature is only available on Samsung and Philips models, and this is really where the format war begins. The competitor of HDR10 Plus is Dolby Vision, which has a brightness of 10,000 nits and a color depth of 12 bits. The color depth gives 4,096 different shades, which is equal to over 68 billion colors. Like HDR10 Plus, Dolby Vision uses metadata on each individual frame, which results in the most realistic picture. Dolby Vision was created by Dolby Labs and is supported on LG, Sony, Vizio, and TCL TVs. Right now, it's too early to tell which HDR format will win out. Even with the current 4K content, most UHD Blu-rays only support HDR10, and even then, you need to make sure your UHD Blu-ray player supports whichever HDR that your TV is using. Hopefully, you now know what to look for in HDR TV. I'm Zach from Warner AV. Boom. Now, boom at me.